Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Raham Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and to the bishops and elders in Connecticut, and to the teachers and high priests that taught our apostles, and to the brothers that's out there putting their lives on the line, teaching this truth. And this y'all the mind from the Great Millstone, Houston. And I'm gonna do a lesson going into, what's the riches, in the scriptures, okay? It's the real treasures, right? We're going to start off with Proverbs 3 and 13. And it reads, happy is the man that findeth wisdom and the man that getteth understanding, right? For the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver and the grain of Salaki and the gain thereof than fine gold. Read that again. Proverbs 3 and 13. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom and the man that getteth understanding. Because this is more important, you know, to have these things through Yahweh Shema Shai. The way you know how to, maneuver in this world, in this wicked ass world, man. You know, for the merchandise of it is better than the merchandise of silver and the gain thereof than fine gold, right? She is more precious than rubies, and all the things that canst desire are not to be compared unto her. So it's naming all these precious metals. Wisdom is better than these things, than fine gold, than silver, than rubies. Okay, letting you know how important to have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Like I say, how to to maneuver, especially in the times that we're coming into. You know, that's why what it says in Isaiah uh, 13 and 12, right? A man gonna be more precious than fine gold, having the understanding of of Yahweh Shema Shai in the times to come. And these women gonna be looking for a man with that wisdom and understanding. And let's get see, man, wisdom is more powerful than the riches of this world. Let's get Proverbs 8, 10. Yeah, Proverbs 8 and 10. And it reads, receive my instructions, and not silver, and not and knowledge rather than choice gold. Read that again. Proverbs 8 and 10. Receive my instructions, and not silver, and knowledge rather than gold, and rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies. There you go again. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. Okay? So yeah, man, there you go again, self-explanatory. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. So let's get this right quick. Isaiah 33 and 6. We got 7 but 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is his treasure, right? Man, having this, being faithful and stand fast, knowing what to do, how to maneuver in the times to come, man. You know, that's the real treasure, knowing what's going on, okay? So you won't be pretty much dumbfounded out here. So let's get Proverbs 16. This This is Proverbs 16 and 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver, right? How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, right? Because, look, listen, speaking down, out here in Babylon the Great in America, man, that gold and silver is not going to matter in the time to come. You're going to have wisdom and understanding, and Yahweh Shema Shai guiding you, okay? That's why it's going to be worth more than gold, okay? I'm going to read it again. It's Proverbs 16 and 16. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding, whether to be chosen than silver, right? Rather to be chosen, Lord willing, time gone, we be taken up in the chariot, getting delivered out of here, getting salvation out of here. If we moving right, and part of moving right, like I said, having that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding through Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay? And let's get Psalms 19 and 8. Oh man. Just type 19. And it reads, I'll start at 7. Psalms 19 and 7. The law of Yahweh Shema Shai is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of Yahweh Shema Shai is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of Yahweh Shema Shai are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of Yahweh Shema Shai is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of Yahweh Shema Shai are true and righteousness altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, right? That's important. To know the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai and his statutes and his commandments and the judgments, that's way better than fine gold, right? Verse 10 again, Psalm 19 and 10. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, right? Sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. So yeah, showing you how important it is to understand, first of all, the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, and his judgments and his commandments. And say even sweeter also than the honey and the honeycomb. So showing you how it is important to have wisdom, a hefty fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, because that's the fear, right? Let me see. Let's get that right quick. That's stated in Proverbs, the first chapter. Slack you. Just wanna. I know it's in the first chapter. Let me see. Let's see, let me do this. Yo, see, man, slack you for that. I knew it was in the first chapter. I'm just overlooking it. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is the beginning of knowledge, right? That hefty fear, the fear of Yahweh Shema Shai is the beginning of knowledge. But fools despise wisdom and instruction. Yeah, see? So, yo, man, you gotta have that fear of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? Let's get James. Salaki for that, you know. I knew it was in the first chapter. I was just overlooking it. James 2, uh, 5. Let's try to see that. James 2:5. Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not Yahweh Shai chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he had promised to them that loved him. See, that's gonna be your riches right there, man. Okay, when time come, when that, when we get the kingdom. Okay, read that again. James 2:5. Hearken, right? Listen, my beloved brethren, have not Yahweh Shai chosen the poor or the poor of this world, right? Yahweh Shai has chosen the poor. Who is that? Mainly his elect men, okay? He has chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith. Rich in faith, We have faith in Yahweh Shai and heirs of the kingdom which he had promised to give them that love him. Yeah, he given us that, we're going to be ruling with, Yahweh Shai, man, in the kingdom to come, right? That's something to look forward to. Yeah, so, man, the hell with, these riches and stuff of this world, man. It's going to fade away in a minute anyway, All this stuff it's going to shit. Excuse my French. Let's get Matthew 6:19. This is outside speaking, right? And it reads, Matthew 6:19, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, right? And where thieves break through and steal. See? You get you a nice fancy car, and you putting all your hope in it, a house, so some goddamn Ryan or anybody, running through your stuff, man. Okay? It's temporary. Matthew 6:20. But it's the point. But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither mouse nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. See? For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So, Lord willing, that ain't willing, yeah, it is his will. We want to have our heart set up in this knowledge and in his word, teaching the flock. That's what we want our heart and our mind to be into, because that's what we're doing. We want to lay up our treasures up in heaven, where nothing can, stop it. You the only one can stop it if you take your hand off the plow, then hey, that's it. Okay, let's get the one Luke. Let's see what Luke. What's that? Luke 12. 32. I'm hitting everything but the right. Oh man, it's lucky for that. Guess that's what happens when you're on the phone. You typing these little small buttons, keyboard. You typing the wrong stuff. Luke 12:32. I'll start right here. Luke 12:32. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Luke 12:31. What? Yeah. But rather seek ye the kingdom of Yahweh Shai, and all these things shall be added unto you. You know, what, mainly some, the desires of your heart. I think that's what it says in Psalms, right? Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasures to give you the kingdom, right? So yeah, how about Shema Shai? Hey, they want to give us the kingdom, man. But you gotta hold on and endure, you know, and stand firm. Luke 12:32. Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasures to give you the kingdom. Sell that ye have, and give alms. Provide yourself bags which wax not old, right? This money today that we have, that old paper, fiat bull crap, okay? Provide yourself bags which wax not old, a treasure in the heavens that faileth not, see, where no thief approacheth, neither mouth corrupted. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So saying the same thing that was in Matthew, you know, just tapping back into it. Yeah, man. So look, serve Yahweh Shema Shah, kiss the Son, you know, do what you're supposed to for this faith, for this ministry, man. Then all the riches will come to you, you know, when we get the kingdom of heaven. We got the riches now, really. This faith, this knowledge. Okay? So yeah, man, that's it. Just wanted to touch on some of that about hey, seeking the real riches of Yahweh Shema Shai, which is his knowledge, his wisdom, you know. So we can have that set up that spiritual bank account. So hey, I hope this has been edifying and to the point. Until next time, I'm going to give all praises due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahab, Wakakadash. Until next time, Shalom.